At the beginning of these runners' practice, they always must stretch. Stretching prevents them from being injured and helps them warm up for the run. They must do this each and every day, no matter how monotonous it is. It becomes ritualistic after a certain point, and they do it before every run. Following the stretching, the runners go through a series of drills in order to strengthen weak muscles and continue to warm them up for their run. After the series of stretches and drills, the athletes finally begin their run. At first they start out slow and steady in order to reserve energy for later on. The runners will cover many miles during this portion of their practice in order to fully warm up their muscles and prepare them for faster sprints later on. At this point in the run, the athletes realize there is a long way to go and enter into a trance-like state that makes the run flow by faster. The athletes gradually pick up the pace as the miles flow by, knowing that this portion of the warm-up is constantly getting closer to the end. They have to be careful about overexertion, but still run at an enjoyable pace. At times, the runners may encounter obstacles. In this case, a flock of geese that was unwilling to move. In most cases, obstacles provide a fun challenge for the runner. After the warm-up portion of the run, the athletes must complete a series of fast sprints, a very taxing portion of the practice. The runners, still freshly tired from the previous 6 miles, dread this part, but always push through, practice after practice. Once the strides are complete, the athletes must do a strength routine that keeps all the muscles balanced and evenly strengthened. At this point, the practice is nearing the end, and the athletes are eager to finish up and run back to the comfort of their homes. They go through exercises such as planks, push-ups, sit-ups, and more, a routine that was at first very difficult, but now has become ritualistic. This point in the practice can be considered the liminal period, as the athletes are nearing the transition into post-practice, but must complete the remainder of their exercises and run before it's over. After their strength routine, they follow up with additional stretches in order to ensure that they haven't tightened up in the time they weren't running. The run back is the final portion of the practice. The athletes know they are almost done, and no matter the fatigue, almost always feel a second wind and push through to the end. This part of the run is usually the athlete's favorite, because they are finished with the hardest parts of the practice and soon will be back in their homes. With a quickened pace, the runners head back towards the finish. Even after the run, the athletes must still concern themselves with nutrition and sleep. Essentially, the life of an athlete is a 24-hour ritual, where at all points they must be completing one process to further their success.